not sure if you can hear me, because I'm still by the road. So I'm in Epping Forest today, and I bought a Banshee 300 tent. So on the label it says it takes around 15 minutes to put up. So I'm going to see if I can put that up today in 15 minutes. Might take me longer. I've only used it once. That was in the dark when I was on Dartmoor. It was a very windy night, so I didn't really see what I was doing. So let's see what happens now. Banshee 300. It doesn't look perfectly put up because under this is actually stone or rock or whatever it is, so it's really hard to put up. But I just wanted to see if I could actually get it up in the 15 minutes timing that it said it will go up in. 15 minutes, it didn't take too long. Around this way. The Banshee 300. Let's see if I can get inside to show you. Da-da-da. So what they say is this tent is supposed to sleep two. Just sleeping in it once on the Dartmoor last month, the day after Storm Eunice. It all depends on the size of the two people. My husband and I were in there and we had very, very little space. So for my height, I'm 5 foot something, 5'5", if so tall, 5'4". Don't know actually, I'll have to take a measurement and I'll add it to the video. I was quite comfortable in it, but my husband wasn't. His knees were bent, he couldn't lay straight, so he had a bit of problems. But very lightweight. Banshee is very lightweight, which is fantastic for backpacking. It is easy to put up. Just make sure that the ground you're going to put it in is soft, or you're going to have a lot of trouble. Where I am here, the ground is really rocky underneath. It doesn't look like it, but it is. Can't get the pegs in. All in all, I do like the tent. I would rate the tent out of 5. I'll rate it probably around a 3. I personally like to have a bit more space in a tent when I go camping, but as this is backpacking 1 or 2 nights, I can live with that without a problem. As I said, it's easy to put up, it's lightweight. Banshee 300, which is a Vango Banshee 300, Vango, definitely a 3.5. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's good. Only 2 rods, so yeah, it's good. Cheap tent, cheap-ish tent. I bought mine from Go Outdoors. I'll put the price in the description as well, because I can't remember offhand how much it costs. Not bad, not bad. Hi guys, we've actually made it to Dartmoor in Plymouth. and the time is 7:20. We got here just as the sun was setting, and it was dark. We had to put up our tent in the dark. We climbed a hill and then decided to camp near some big rocks to try and shelter from some of the wind. So it's still fairly windy. I don't know if you can hear it. Now I'm talking this tight. The wind is deciding to calm down. But it's quite windy outside. But we managed to put up the tent, and we're gonna bunker down here for the night. And then let's see what the views are like tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's a bit cold. Not too cold, not as cold as I thought it would be. But it's a bit cold. As we was climbing up to where the rocks are, this rock formation, which you'll see better tomorrow, we got wet, got really wet. So yeah, even with the waterproofs, I still feel wet. But that's what winter camp's about. It's about having fun, which I am. Things are frozen because we was out putting up the tents. But let's see what happens tonight. Let's see how windy it gets, and let's see what the views are like tomorrow. Maybe you can hear the wind batting against the tent. Yay! So it's just after 11 o'clock at night, and the wind is blowing. It's getting heavier and heavier. So we're wondering, do we abandon camp and go back and find the car, or do we stay, hunker down until the morning, until the light, and then try and pack up camp?
Morning guys, we made it through the night, but we did have a bit of an adventure last night. So probably around 1 o'clock we decided, on reflection, probably not wisely, to try and pack up the tent and find the car. The wind was really heavy, but in the whole madness we tried to pack away the tent, but that didn't work due to the sheer gusts of the wind. So we managed to get most things out of the tent, but not everything. And then we kind of, when you scrunch the tent together to try and walk with it and find the car, to say the least, that did not work. We walked probably for 15 minutes in a direction we thought was the right direction, but clearly it wasn't. We abandoned the tent just behind a rock, hopefully thinking that we'll be able to find the rock the next morning. We then tried to find the car. My mobile phone died, so my mobile phone was trying to get us back to where the car was. We probably walked for an hour and a half, and to no avail. Came very close to some ravines from a high point. What we did was walked around in a circle because we found ourselves back where the tent was. So what we decided to do is pitch the tent again and then bunker down. And now it's just after 7 in the morning. We've got daylight, so I just got out of the tent to see where we are, and the first words is, where are we? So clearly we're nowhere near where we should have been, but we're alive. Yay! I don't know if you can hear, the wind is still blowing, very much blowing. We're gonna try and do some breakfast, and then pack away the tent properly, put things back in our rucksacks, and then go and try and find the car. Yeah, bit of a madness, but hey ho, that's all a part of the adventure, I suppose. I'll check back in a bit later, guys.
very bitterly breezy night, getting lost on the moors, having to recamp, getting drenched. Daylight's come, we found the car, and we're on our way home. Goodbye moors. Goodbye moors. Dartmoor, the famous Dartmoor in Salisbury. Would I come again, despite all that we've been through? Of course I will come again. But next time I'll be better prepared. What would I do different next time? Have less stuff, because it was quite a bit. We had one rucksack full of filming equipment, and so the next rucksack was full of our clothes, food stuff, and everything else you could think that you need. Tent, pillows. Okay. Other things we could do differently is keeping a closer eye on the weather. But don't get me wrong, for the past 4 days we've been tracking what was Storm Eunice across the UK, just to make sure that she wasn't around when we got up here to the moors. Storm Eunice had passed. However, I believe she was carrying her child behind her and left her child behind, which was Storm Junior. And Storm Junior tried to take us out last night. During the video you're going to hear some clips, not necessarily see, because of the lack of light, the fact that I was afraid, but you will hear some of the gusts during the night. But would I do this again in the same weather? More than likely, because that's me. Would Selwyn do it again? Probably not. So I'll have to find another running mate. So if you're out there and you want to do the moors in February, just after a storm, let me know. I'll come with you.